Hey gang, I want to take you through a very quick summary of the treatment planning module for the Leap into Practice program. So we start off by talking about the difference between sickness and wellness care, particularly when we're talking about lifelong optimal health and just living above that line. So rather than thinking about fixing pain, more so getting the guys to think about actually getting to lifestyle and thinking about preventing issues. Again, I like to see where everyone sits on this line. So are we just trying to get to a neutral point, or are we trying to get to high level wellness? One thing that I know we check a lot in our clinic is the correlation, and it's a massive, massive correlation between doing a treatment plan, which we call results for life, and KPIs such as word of mouth, retention, billing. So basically, when we're nailing our results for life sessions, the KPIs such as word of mouth, retention, and billings go up. So very, very big thing in our clinic, very, very important. Ego is not a dirty word. So it's really, really important that we don't just sit there and put our bias on results for life. You can't judge a book by the cover. We must be prepared, we must be coming in, and we must be doing treatment plans with all of our clients, because the most essential part, investing in their future, making sure they become a long-term client. So this is the treatment plan section. We go through everything through there. So starting off with goals, I think the best questions to ask are, what is the significant emotional event that brought them there? They didn't have this issue, what would they be doing? And really making it task specific, not just pain specific. Diagnostically, we've got to kind of tread a fine line between creating nocebo, creating placebo. So, a ruptured ATFL ligament versus an ankle sprain. So we kind of go through that with the guys and making sure that we don't overdo it. The causes, I think these are the areas we must treat. So what is stiff, what is weak, what is tight, what are the habits that they are doing that are actually causing the problem? This is really insightful for the patient and really, really important. Some of the expectations, so how long is it going to be until they get a reduction in their symptoms? That's what people want to know. So we've got to really set that expectation, but also how long is it going to take until they get back to their goals, and how long are they going to be doing their programs for? How long are they actually going to keep on doing their exercises? Going through, you can't just give people what the aggravating factors are when you're giving precautions, but also solutions. So whether that be, how they sit, changing it, what footwear they use, make sure you actually have an answer for it. Lifestyle, this could be, from the Australia exercise guidelines to diet, nutrition, sleep. We know sleep is a superpower, hydration, all the areas, holistically. We can't just be talking physio terms here. All the factors, lack of sleep, increased cortisol, all that stuff. Now, this one here is my take on when studies say once a week for 12 weeks. I think doing things in early days just once a week, we're not going to see a great treatment carryover. So that's my little take there. I think it works really, really well for a lot of my clients. And making sure that when we tailor our treatment plans, we have options, okay? It's all about Therapeutic Alliance, giving options to the client. So options. Option A might be our leaving it all to us. We do the treating regularly once or twice a week. We tell them what to do. It's our best service. They come to supervised classes 3 times a week. Option B, just because popular doesn't mean it's the best, but it means working together. This might be less intensive with our treatment, but they're doing more of their self-treatment using some back balls, some spiky balls, whatever it is. And they're getting into a gym. But really important, we still coach them through that, because when people go into the gym, they often don't have a clue what they're doing. And option C, our tortoise are slow and steady. So it might take a bit longer. They'll see them a bit less often, but be a bit more intensive. And of course, we can have a mix of all of these too. I think one thing at the end of your treatment planning is to actually talk about the obstacles that might be in the way, and actually setting them through, going through everything, actually getting commitment from them. So that way, if they do cancel, we say, well, look, we made this plan, let's get back on track. And finishing strong. So what we've found as physiotherapists is this works. The GLAD program works. Hydrotherapy works. In my experience, this is what use stories. My dad had a knee, and we found that strengthening works for him, and it should work for you too. There's a little summary of what we do for results for life and treatment planning. Hope you enjoy.